Good day, TNCC. Trust all of you are enjoying the series of the I am sayings of Jesus. In John chapter 10, there are two I am sayings of Jesus. At verse 7, Jesus says, I am the door of the sheep. And then in verse 11, Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. Today we will be looking at the I am saying in verse 7, I am the door of the sheep. In chapter 10, you will be looking at Jesus using different metaphors to describe his role and his relationship he has with us as believers. If you notice, Jesus frequently likes to use metaphors and parables in his teachings. He used them to help convey spiritual truths in a way that we can understand and relate to. He used everyday images and situations to help the people grasp the deeper meaning of his teaching. God also conceals his truth through mysteries, but reveals them to those who seek after God and search and believe in his word. In Matthew chapter 13 verses 10, 11 and 13, and the disciples came and said to him, Why do you speak to them in parables? He answered and said to them, Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. Jesus also quoted from the prophet Isaiah in Matthew in verse 15, where it says, For this people's heart has become callous. They hardly hear with their ears, and they have closed their eyes. Otherwise they might see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, understand with their hearts, and turn, and I would heal them. So it is so important for us to see, believe, understand, and have a revelation of God's heart and the word. Because when we do see, when we do believe, understand, and have that revelation, the devil cannot steal it from us, and God will have to honor his word by answering us. In the opening verse of John chapter 10, Jesus sets the stage by stating, Truly, truly, I say to you, he who does not enter the sheepfold by the door, but climbs in by another way, that man is a thief, a robber, a trespasser. Here, Jesus uses the metaphor of a sheepfold to represent the community of believers or his followers, and highlights the importance of entering through the door. Later in verses 3 to 4, Jesus says, the shepherd is given permission to enter the sheepfold by the gatekeeper. The gatekeeper is the one who has the authority to allow the shepherd to pass through the door. However, the specific identity of the great gatekeeper is not mentioned. Who do you think the gatekeeper is? Jesus explains that as the good shepherd, he has a personal and intimate relationship with his own sheep. He knows them individually and calls them by name. He takes the lead and guides them, and the sheep recognize and trust his voice, and they willingly follow him. Then in verses 7 to 10, Jesus says, Truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be safe and will go in and out and find pastures. The thief does not come except only to steal and to kill and to destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. Jesus highlights that he is the door of the sheep that offers the abundant life to those who go through him. He is making a claim to be the only door for the sheep to have safe access to go in and out of the sheepfold to find pastures. In contrast, the thief does not have the legitimate legal right to have access through the door by the gatekeeper, and will try to enter the sheepfold illegally by other means to steal, kill, and destroy the sheep. Now, here are the questions for our discussion today. What message was Jesus trying to convey when he said, "I am the door of the sheep"? 2. Who is the thief that Jesus is referring to? How can we prevent the thief from killing, stealing, and destroying our lives, our families, our health, our properties, and peace, and etc.? And finally, what is the abundant life Jesus came to give us? Can you share a testimony of the abundant life you have experienced and received from Jesus? Have an encouraging and fulfilling time discussing.